y'all. So it's the first day of the Scooby-Doo Readathon and I've been so busy doing other stuff that I totally forgot to update. But we're doing some reading sprints over on Morgan's channel. It's a terrible angle, but we're going with it. And I have decided to start with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, which can double count as the prompt for Hex Girls, which is a book with magic in it, because this is fantasy, boom. Plus I need to read it for the GRISHAVERSE read-along since I procrastinated last week. Yep, let's get some reading done. Let's go. Let's do this, gang. Hey y'all, so it is Monday, and as I mentioned in the clips earlier, but I never really talked about it, in all honesty, I did a very fast update. I have been reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book for the Grisha read-along. Apparently my library doesn't have them in any medium. Found out that this has some Russian folklore, or at least Russian culture basis, which I think is really interesting. So a lot of the words used for this world are very much, feel like they should be said with a Russian accent. On top of that, as soon as I started this book, we got this gorgeous map. You love a good map. I have already met the famous Darkling character who I've been told is supposed to be like really toxic and kind of anti-hero-esque, which honestly, having met him already, I really just can only think that Ben Barnes is gonna nail this role in the TV show. He definitely killed the Dorian Gray character, but on top of that, you've seen him in good, you've seen him in bad, so like he knows how to ride that line. Our main character, Alina, definitely kind of has that whole chosen thing one going on, and I like that it's kind of a Harry Potter sort of chosen thing where she has no idea what's happening and she's just very confused, and all of these people are like, yeah, wow, you're so crazy, and she just doesn't understand why. Definitely planning to read some more of this tonight, so hopefully I can get a bit farther in. Just flip myself in the hair. I have also been reading A Light Amongst Shadows for the prompt of I Can't See Without My Glasses. I've been really enjoying this so far. It is a paranormal mystery with a historical fiction dark academia setting, and it has a LGBT romance. So honestly, all of that stuff together, it's been hitting really well. It doesn't hurt that the two main characters are freaking adorable. I have actually surpassed the halfway point in this one already, so that's looking great for me because I have a lot of reading plans this month that I hope to get to. This vlog might be a lot more than just the Scooby-Doo Readathon, purely because I have so many books I still need to get to. Thankfully, this audiobook is only about 8 hours long. I'm already surpassed 4 hours in, so only about 4-ish to go, but I listen at 2 times speed. So hopefully I can get through the last bit of this. And I have 4 other audiobooks checked out from my library on my app currently. I am gonna do some video editing and then probably gonna have some dinner, watch maybe Mentalist with my parents, who've kind of just been like putting that on occasionally. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday and let's see, I just finished A Light Amongst Shadows, so look at me, I'm like actually kind of on a roll right now. Proud of myself. I really enjoyed this book overall. It kind of just had everything I love in a story together. There was a mystery, it had some paranormal aspects, there was a very adorable romance, it had a great setting, the writing was well done, it was very immersive, like overall, I just very much enjoyed this book. Apparently, it's a series. I did not realize that, so guess who started a new series apparently. On top of that, I have gotten farther into Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I think the thing I'm most invested in thus far, you're gonna be shocked by this, is the world building. Very interested in this. Apparently, she based a lot of it on Russian culture. If I understand this, that the Grisha are like the people in the top tier of society, or like kind of like the District 1 people if we were doing like Hunger Games terminology. Only people who have powers are usually Grisha, and our main character was raised in an orphanage as a peasant. So it's like a very big deal that she has powers. We've been introduced to another girl who has powers that kind of acts as like a tailor for Alina. I think Genya was her name. I was very worried initially that it was going to be one of those situations where like every other female character but our main one is a bitch. Thankfully, it doesn't seem so. She kind of came off that way initially, but she's definitely calmed down. Along with that, there's a weird something building between Alina and the Darkling already. I don't know exactly how old Alina is. She's at least old enough to be a part of this world's military. So low side, I'm gonna say 16. High side, she's pretty new in the military, so I'm gonna guess like 20. And we have now learned the Darkling is about 120, so that's weird. When I was younger and I was reading all the paranormal fantasy romances, that probably wouldn't have bugged me then, but now that I'm older, it weirds me out. And yeah, I don't like that. It's strange. If there's some immortal being, why can't they ever fall in love with somebody who's like, I don't know, in their like 40s. Like, I get that the Darkling doesn't look like he's as old as he is, but still, you'd think maturity level wise, he would definitely be more on par with someone in their late 30s or 40s compared to like, say, an 18-year-old. Am I overthinking this? Possibly, but you know, it's weird. It's weird. I also ran by the library to pick up one of my other books for this readathon, which is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the book I chose for the LGBT rep, which was Hot Dog Water, who is like a character from the newest rendition of Scooby-Doo, and she's kind of like Velma's girlfriend. I believe this story is following a journalist who has been chosen to interview Evelyn Hugo, and it's a really big deal because she's always been very secretive about her life up until now, but it kind of just goes over her 7 husbands she had and all of her experiences while she was in Hollywood. I believe in like the 1950s. Definitely kind of is exuding some Liz Taylor vibes. I have heard lots of good things about this, and since I posted my TBR, plenty of people have been hyping this up and telling me that they're so excited for me to read it. Prior to this though, I really just have never been particularly interested in picking up a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. Nothing against her, just the 2 big ones, which were this and Daisy Jones and the Six, just really weren't that appealing to me. But that being said, I do like to participate in my book clubs, and although I'm a member of many of them, usually if the book at least sounds interesting to me, I will pick it up. For the time being, The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This is the month's pick for the Sugar and Spice book club. I'll put that info down below. It's hosted by Kirsten at Kirsten's Corner and Amanda from Ginger Snapped Reads. You should definitely go check it out. I actually had never heard of this one prior to this book club, but I have learned recently that I do really enjoy contemporary romances, so I do want to try and prioritize reading those more this year, so I am going to try and finish this one. I have the audiobook already. It's only like 10 hours. I listen at 2 times speed. Hopefully I can finish it within the next few days. All right, so that is it for now. I am going to be playing Among Us tonight. Wow, okay, Faith is just very whiny because she sees other dogs outside. Hey guys, so I am doing some more reading sprints with everybody over on Morgan's channel, and I'm trying to finish out Shadow and Bone. I'm actually really invested in this now. A big like plot twist happened, and I gotta be honest, the plot sucked me in a lot more. I don't really care about the whole love triangle thing, which I think is a very big deal in this, like much more than I think it really needs to be. Alina does not have much of a personality, and the 2 people I think she's supposed to have romantic feelings towards, I don't really think she has chemistry with either of them because we just haven't seen them all that much, so like I don't ship her with either of them, but whatever. I've also been reading The Simple Wild, and that book has made me angry. It's a romance book. Basically our main character, she and her mom left when she was little, and her dad still lived in like this really rural part of Alaska, and he is a bush pilot, and basically she finds out that he has lung cancer and goes to spend time with him pretty much for like the first time in her life. It's been a very big deal, and she meets one of his pilots who's like this real grumpy, mean dude, and he's supposed to be like really charming, but for the time being I just think he's an asshole. So I don't really have much stake in the romance, but everybody Somebody keeps telling me to keep reading, so I'm going to. We'll see where that goes. Have no idea. Anyway, talk to you later. Hey y'all, so it is Thursday and I just wanted to give a little bit of a more in-depth update because I feel like I really didn't talk at all last night. I've nearly finished Shadow and Bone. I think I have like 70-ish pages left and it's actually gotten fairly interesting. I think actual plot's officially built. It's finally happening. So I'm more invested now. On top of that, I also was reading The Simple Wild. I unfortunately am going to DNF it. I really liked the setting in like the Alaskan wilderness. I thought that was really cool. I appreciated that like there was actual representation of Native Alaskans in it. I usually love enemies to lovers as a trope, but with all of that being said, the main focus of this story is essentially a family drama in that our main character, Calla, and her mom left Alaska when Calla was like 2 and she's never really had an actual relationship with her father. They used to talk on the phone until like, I think it was her 8th grade graduation. He was supposed to come and then he canceled like a day before and it really broke her and she just basically stopped expecting anything from him, which is why they don't really have any form of a relationship. Unfortunately, the situation is just hitting a bit close to home for me with like not my father, but like with somebody else I've had in my life. It's a bit touchy and unfortunately very similar situation, so it's very hard to ignore. On top of that, Jonah, our hero character, is very close with Calla's dad and basically blames her for having no relationship with her father, it seems. And a particular situation, the way he handles it made me furious because I know if someone did that to me with my situation, I would explode on them. And Calla just kind of sits there and takes it, and I really did not like that. So in the end, this is a very specific situation that is the reason I'm DNFing this book, and it's pretty personal to me, so like I definitely understand that other people love this and why other people could probably get past it, but like I just can't. I think I'm just too close to it. So I haven't really read any audiobooks for today, and it's weird. It feels odd, like listening to music driving. I felt like I needed to be listening to an audiobook. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna get back to work. This was just a nice quick little update, and tonight I'm going over to my brother's for dinner. Gonna hopefully finish out Star Wars Rebels. I think we're in the last season now, so like almost there. Hey y'all, so it is Friday and I just finished filming up another video, and on top of that I started on The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is the Buy Book Club's read for the month. I'm liking this. I'm like 100 pages in and I'm very much having to lower my expectations but also raise them, if that makes sense. I've heard so many good things about this, so I'm trying not to go in expecting like a full-on 5-star read, but just it isn't something that's ever really interested me before. So at the same time, I'm having to like kind of raise my expectations because even though I've never really wanted to read it before, it doesn't necessarily mean I should just expect it to be bad. The story is essentially following Evelyn Hugo, who was this big name starlet in like 1960s Hollywood. She's like in her 70s now, and we're also following this journalist named Monique, who has been given the opportunity to interview Evelyn and is basically going to be writing her biography. And we kind of alternate between their two perspectives. I think my favorite part thus far is Evelyn. She's incredibly morally gray, but like she very much knows it. If this was an action book, I would call her like a femme fatale. She knows what she wants, she's not afraid to get it, and like even though it's the 60s, she understands there are certain ways to get what she wants, which is mostly utilizing her sexuality. I'm already into Husband 2. I also just want to give a little content warning because there's definitely been some abuse scenes in this. I really don't have any particular emotions towards Monique at this point. She's there. There's also kind of a multimedia aspect. It's not really my multimedia, but like it kind of is. Of course, now I can't find one. Where occasionally there will be like snippets of news articles that took place during whatever's being discussed at this point. So like this one's set in 1957. Anyway, yeah, that's it on that one. I got the audiobook for that one. I signed up for the free trial of Scribd. Because of that, I might make my next physical read be Addie LaRue. I really want to start it. I really want to start it. And it's like 500 pages, so it's gonna take me a hot minute to get through. I'm so excited to get into it. So I think I'm gonna pick that one up next. I'm very excited about it. Hey y'all, so it is Saturday and I have not read any further into Evelyn Hugo. I have, however, started onto The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That's upside down. I'm already enjoying this. I've already tabbed a few different lines and the writing is absolutely beautiful. I'm only like into chapter 4, so not a lot going on yet, but anyway, I got a package and I already opened it, completely like not realizing what it was going to be, but then I thought about it and I realized, oh yeah, so a while back I actually had one of my favorite authors reach out to me. Her name is Dorinda Jones. She wrote the Charlie Davidson series, which I've talked about a lot. It's like one of my absolute favorite series, and she watched one of my videos and then had her assistant message me through Goodreads. She was so kind enough to send me a bunch of Sunshine Vikram stuff. I'm still like so smiley about it. It made me feel so good. So first off, she sent me A Bad Day for Sunshine sunglasses because the cover of the book is sunglasses. They actually say A Bad Day for Sunshine. So cute. On top of that, there are these little coasters. Yes, all of the coasters are like mentions from restaurants within the book. So like here's the Roadhouse Bar and Grill, which is a restaurant she always goes to. And then these 3 are different variations of Dark River Shine, which I don't want to say love interest technically because we really haven't seen much of like a love interest situation, but the probable love interest. Levy owns a moonshine company, so very cool. Plus I got a collection of different bookmarks. So we got, this is The Bad Day for Sunshine. This one is her Betwixt and Between series. I haven't read these, but I want to. Then naturally, we had to have the Charlie Davidson series. And then this one actually is just like all of her books. So for the time being, I have read all of these except for 13.5, which is a little like short story novella that I need to get to. And then I've read the first Sunshine Vikram. Oh, there's even the name for the 3rd book. And then finally, she actually sent me a copy of A Bad Day for Sunshine and it's signed. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I'm over the moon. This is probably going to be the last day for this vlog for editing purposes. I might get some more reading done. I'm not really sure. I have to do some editing and like video stuff. I'm gonna be hanging out with Josh for a little bit. So yeah, we will see. I might talk to you guys again later. Who knows? Hey y'all, so it is Sunday and I really didn't get much more reading done. I have hit about the halfway point in Evelyn Hugo, but honestly, no real updates about what's been going on that I feel like aren't spoilery, so yeah. Anyway, that means I have finished 2 books this week for this readathon and about half of another, so on a good roll. Hopefully I can finish out One of Us is Lying, Limitless, and the rest of Evelyn Hugo in next week's vlog, but until then, thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Bye.